This is Angel Reese. Go ahead and play it. She needs a lot of attention. Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not
Move. Okay, so average WNBA.
Wow. Angel Reese just got hit with a brutal reality check, courtesy of Patrick Bet-David. And he didn't hold back.
I don't really get to stand up for myself. I mean, I have great teammates. I have a great support system. I got my hometown. I got my family that stands up for me. I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized.
LSU champion turned WNBA rookie Angel Reese tried to rally the league into a sit-out over pay, but she didn't expect someone to bring the receipts. Patrick Bet-David shut down her argument with cold, hard numbers. And let's just say reality hit harder than a WNBA flop.
ChatGPT and play type the following thing. How much did the WNBA lose in 2024? You can type that up. How much did the
$40
WNBA
million bucks.
So 40 lose in 2024. They lost 40 million. Year before was 50 million. So it's some progress that they're making.
Yeah.
From the 40-50.
Progress.
Now, watch this here. To address the financial situation, I ask, the WNBA is. Rob, if you go up and ask the other question as well, ask, is it true that the WNBA makes money when they don't play? Is it true that the WNBA makes money when they don't play? Ask that question.
What does that mean?
Yes, in a way, the WNBA has historically lost money and receives financial support from the NBA, which means that the WNBA games are not played. The league can actually save money by avoiding operating.
Angel Reese, fresh off a rookie season where she's been, at best, average, is now talking about leading a WNBA strike over pay. Yes, you heard that right. A league struggling with TV ratings, ticket sales, and relying on NBA subsidies is somehow supposed to start handing out millions. Just because Angel Reese demands it. Talk about entitlement. The Bayou Barbie really thinks she's that girl, huh? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here actually carrying the league, breaking records, packing arenas, and bringing in real fans. But somehow, Reese thinks the WNBA should start printing money just for her.
Shot clock is off. Angel Reese has 4 Liberty players around her. And fans yelling to get the...
Patrick Bet-David did what Angel Reese and her supporters weren't ready for. He sat down, crunched the numbers, and dropped a brutal truth bomb. He laid it out plain and simple. WNBA players are already overpaid compared to what the league actually brings in. And if anyone deserves a raise, it's Caitlin Clark. Because let's be real, she's the only reason people are tuning in right now.
Patrick Bet-David.
And the numbers don't lie. The WNBA is a business, not a charity. Reese talking about a strike is like a fast food worker demanding CEO pay while the restaurant is bleeding money. It just doesn't add up. Let's be real. Angel Reese's game is mid at best. She's barely watchable, struggles to hit open shots, and plays the victim when calls don't go her way. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here selling out arenas, driving up viewership, and actually making women's basketball exciting. And the wildest part? Clark isn't even the one demanding more money. She's just putting in work while Reese complains about paychecks.
So if they go on a strike, the NBA is like awesome. Okay, however, let me give you some data. Here's the only thing that you got to look at. WNBA has lost money every single year since 1997. According to the reports, the WNBA has operated an annual loss of $10 to $12 million. NBA has owned half of the WNBA financial support. NBA players pay for their salaries, by the way. If the WNBA has broadcasting and sponsorship agreements that often pays out regardless of how many games are played, if the league cuts costs while the 2026 keep go a little bit low, Rob, if the NBA runs on, bottom line is that WNBA doesn't make any money. Go back to the other question that we asked all the way at the top. There's a number that came up, which is their argument, which you have to kind of defend the argument that they're making. WNBA's attendance had a record-breaking high in 20 years with a total of 2.3 million fans attending games. Okay, you know what the increase was from 2024 to 2023 in attendance in a year? 48%. That's massive for them. So that's the argument they're making. That's the Caitlin Clark effect.
Phenomenon, yeah.
Then, and when it comes on to merch from 23 to 24, they're up 601%. Then when it comes on to being broadcasted on ESPN, they average 1.2 million viewers per game, 170% increase. So the viewership is higher, and they're asking for the money. And if the contract on the back end, the revenue, NBA gets 50+% to players, they do 9.3. There's an argument for it to.
If Angel Reese really wants more money, maybe she should start by, I don't know, making layups consistently. Let's break this down. Suppose Reese actually convinces WNBA players to strike. What happens next? Ratings already in the gutter drop even lower. The NBA, which has been financially propping up the league for years, pulls its funding. Because why bankroll a league that refuses to play? And Caitlin Clark, the only real draw, either takes her talents overseas or just gets fed up. At that point, the WNBA collapses faster than Angel Reese's shooting percentage. This isn't a power move, it's career suicide. And the wildest part? Reese doesn't even realize she'd be the last player any league would fight to keep. If the WNBA lost her, would anyone even notice?
Was the NBA. And the NBA was the face of what? BLM. DEI, ESG, all the bullshit, right? That the NBA was a face of. You know how the NBA views the WNBA? It's marketing dollars. They're losing money every year, but they're gaining votes. That's how they view it. They're viewing it as that. They're not looking at it as a profitable channel that they have. It's just purely marketing dollars to seem noble. And
there's entitlement, and then there's whatever Angel Reese is doing. The WNBA has been on financial life support for decades, with the NBA acting as its sugar daddy, keeping the league afloat through subsidies. And yet, despite all this, Reese, who hasn't even finished her rookie season, thinks she's owed more money. Not because she's driving revenue, not because she's the face of the league, simply because she wants it. The audacity is unreal. This is a league that operates at a loss, struggles with TV ratings, plays in half-empty arenas, and barely makes enough to cover its players' already modest salaries. And yet, here's Angel Reese, a player with a mid-skill set at best, demanding even more money.
Advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period. Like, we're going to fix that.
Yeah.
That's fixable for you, and I think that's probably the biggest.
Let's put things in perspective. The NBA isn't just helping the WNBA, it's bankrolling its existence. Here are the cold, hard facts. Unlike the NBA, which generates billions, the WNBA has never been profitable. Reports suggest the league loses around $10 million annually, a deficit the NBA covers just to keep it afloat. Without that financial lifeline, the WNBA would have folded long ago. But this isn't just an investment, it's a subsidy. The NBA covers marketing, arena expenses, and even part of player salaries. And let's be real, this isn't about growing the game. It's a calculated PR move to maintain the image of supporting women's sports, even when the demand for the WNBA simply isn't there.
Clark! Hammer! Reese is being reviewed for a possible upgrade to a flagrant.
I think it'll be upgraded here. And, she gets a really hard there.
WNBA players love to complain about the so-called gender pay gap. But the reality is simple. NBA players earn more because they generate more revenue. The NBA pulls in over $10 billion a year, while the WNBA barely scrapes together $60 million, which isn't even 1% of the NBA's earnings. So where exactly does Angel Reese expect all this extra money to come from? What's even more baffling is how she acts like she's struggling to survive. In her rookie season, Reese is making around $74,000, nearly identical to the median U.S. household income of $74,580 in 2022, according to U.S. Census data. On top of that, she receives free flights, meal stipends, and housing assistance, benefits most regular jobs don't offer. And let's not forget, before even stepping onto a WNBA court, she had already secured millions through endorsements. Reese landed a major deal with Reebok, personally selected by Shaquille O'Neal, and made over $1.7 million in college through NIL, name, image, and likeness deals. That's not even counting her sponsorships with McDonald's, ZOA Energy, Amazon, and more. So let's be real. Reese isn't fighting for fair pay. She's demanding more money without bringing more value to the league.
Witness something you never seen before. Angel Reese made a layup. In a regular season game, she made a layup.
So how exactly is Angel Reese struggling to pay her bills? Are we really supposed to believe that earning the same as a typical family man supporting a wife and 2 kids isn't enough for her? The truth is, Reese doesn't want to live like the average American. She wants to live like an NBA star. Private jets, designer outfits, luxury cars. But without the viewership, ticket sales, or talent to justify it. And when reality hits, instead of looking in the mirror, she blames the system. What makes this even more ironic? Angel Reese isn't making the WNBA better. She's actively making it worse.
With the 7th pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Angel Reese, LSU.
Well, there it is, Angel Reese, the 7th overall pick of the